Businessman Puran Singh placed on $1 million bail following shooting incident. Travis Chase, businessman Puran Singh, who is alleged to have shot and killed a man believed to be a vagrant, has been granted bail in the amount of $1 million. This decision follows his arrest on December 1, 2024, for discharging his licensed firearm at his residence, resulting in the death of a man whom Singh claimed was attempting to steal his property. Authorities report that the incident occurred during a confrontation at Singh's home. The police are currently investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting. A file regarding the matter has been submitted to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for further legal advice. As the investigation continues, Singh remains out on bail while awaiting further developments in the case. Barramita minor charged with murder, remanded to prison. Arissa John, a 30-year-old minor from Casey Creek, has been arrested and charged with the murder of Dion Thomas. The incident occurred recently, leading to John's apprehension on December 1, 2024. Today, John made his first court appearance via Zoom at the Port Kaituma Magistrates Court, presided over by Principal Magistrate Faith McGusty. During the hearing, the charge was formally read to him. John was not required to enter a plea and has been remanded to prison. The case has been adjourned to February 5, 2025, for the presentation of statements. Bartica minor charged with possession of narcotics, bail set at $60,000. Frankie Speed, a 33-year-old minor residing at 5 Miles Housing Scheme, appeared today at the Bartica Magistrates Court to face charges of possession of narcotics with the intent to traffic, in violation of Section 5(1)(a) (I) of the Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Control Act, Chapter 1010. In a hearing before His Worship Tariq Mohammed, Speed pleaded not guilty to the charges and was subsequently granted bail set at $60,000. The case has been adjourned to January 2, 2025, for the disclosure of evidence. On December 3, 2024, between 1:45 p.m. and 2:30 p.m., police officers from Regional Division No. 7 conducted a search at Frankie Speed's shop on 5th Avenue, Bartica, after identifying themselves and requesting permission to search for drugs, firearms, or ammunition. During the search, officers discovered a quantity of leaves, seeds, and stems suspected to be cannabis, weighing a total of 92 grams. Speed was informed of the offense, cautioned, and subsequently arrested. 2 Indian nationals charged with fraudulent land transaction. Stabroke News, 2 Indian nationals, Sunil Chumbak and Satender Kumar Singh, appeared before Magistrate Annette Singh at the Georgetown Magistrates Court to face serious charges of obtaining money under false pretenses. It is alleged that the 2 men, both of Happy Acres, East Coast Demerara, and directors of Sunrise Resources Incorporated, fraudulently obtained $20 million from Brian Williams on November 3 at Linden 6 Streets, Albertown, Georgetown. They reportedly misrepresented that they were in possession of a plot of land for sale located at Wales Industrial Estate. Both Chumbak and Singh pleaded not guilty to the charges. Their attorney, Kevin Bess, described them as upstanding businessmen with a long history of operating in Guyana, asserting that they pose no flight risk. The prosecutor opposed bail, citing the seriousness of the offense and the substantial amount involved. He requested that the case file be sent back to the Director of Public Prosecutions for further advice and that the accused surrender their passports. The defense argued that given the nature of his client's business, such a requirement may be impractical and highlighted their strong ties to Guyana, proposing alternative reporting conditions. The complainant, Brian Williams, informed the court of the defendant's alleged history of bad business practices and urged serious consideration of his case. After deliberation, Magistrate Singh granted bail of $500,000 to each defendant with reporting conditions. The matter has been adjourned to December 16 for further reports. Linden Town Clerk criticizes Mayor for blocking staff pay increase. In Guyana, Linden's Town Clerk, Lennox Gasper, has publicly condemned Mayor Sharma Solomon for obstructing efforts to increase salaries for underpaid employees of the Linden Mayor and Town Council, LMTC. In an interview conducted on Tuesday, Gasper highlighted the pressing issues faced by the council, revealing that many employees were still earning the minimum wage established in 2018 when he took office in November 2023. He stated, "Imagine working for 2018 money in 2023, emphasizing the need for urgent salary adjustments." Gasper noted that, through interventions by the council's administration, workers had received a significant wage increase following a government directive for a 6% increase. However, he expressed frustration that the council could not implement further increases to bring salaries in line with 2023 rates, stating, "We couldn't. So I said go back to the 2018. The town clerk aims to ensure that employees' salaries are competitive with 2024 rates." However, during the council's last statutory meeting, Mayor Solomon reportedly rejected the proposal for further pay increases, asserting that any rise in staff salaries should also apply to counselors. Gasper labeled this stance as selfish, arguing that it prioritizes the counselors' interests over the welfare of the staff. The mayor is standing in the way of the development and progress, Gasper remarked, adding that Solomon's actions are damaging his reputation while hindering the council's ability to improve workers' wages. Gasper pledged to continue advocating for better compensation for council workers in 2025, citing the ongoing challenges in retaining staff, particularly among sanitation workers and constabulary personnel who are leaving for better-paying opportunities elsewhere. Over 720 new small businesses registered in 2024 across 3 regions. Newsroom, in a significant boost to local entrepreneurship, more than 720 new small businesses have been established in Region 7, Cuyuni/Mazaruni, 8, Potaro/Siparuni, and 9, Upper Takutu/Upper Essequibo, in 2024. Minister of Tourism, Industry, and Commerce Wonaj Walrond announced this milestone during an end-of-year press conference held at the Arthur Chung Conference Center in Liliendale, Georgetown. The event aimed to provide an update on the ministry's accomplishments throughout the year. Minister Walrond expressed her satisfaction with the growing number of registered businesses, stating, "This is quite a staggering figure, and I am pleased that the work of the ministry has been positively impacting so many lives." She emphasized the importance of business registration for small enterprises seeking assistance from the Small Business Bureau. For instance, if they need to get assistance, they must be a registered business. "We have created hubs with support from the business registry to facilitate this process," she explained. The newly registered businesses include a variety of village shops, primarily from Region 9, as well as enterprises in agro-processing and the services sector, such as barbershops, salons, and food stalls. Guyana to explore injectable HIV PrEP options. Newsroom, Guyana is taking significant steps toward enhancing its HIV prevention strategies by exploring the introduction of injectable pre-exposure prophylaxis, PrEP. Currently, PrEP is available in pill form, which requires daily intake to effectively reduce the risk of contracting the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony highlighted the ongoing efforts to distribute oral PrEP pills nationwide, emphasizing the importance of making this preventive measure widely accessible to those at risk. However, he also noted the potential benefits of transitioning to an injectable form of PrEP, which would only require administration every 2 months. "We know, and we have seen, the effective results coming out of injectable PrEP," Dr. Anthony stated over the weekend. "Taking pills daily can be challenging for many individuals, and we aim to improve adherence by offering an alternative that is more convenient." According to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, injectable HIV PrEP is administered as an intramuscular injection every 2 months, providing an effective means of prevention without the daily regimen. As Guyana aligns with global targets to enhance HIV testing and medication accessibility, Dr. Anthony expressed optimism about the future of injectable PrEP, stating, "This is the direction in which we want to go." HIV attacks the body's immune system, and if left untreated, can lead to acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, AIDS, the most advanced stage of infection. The World Health Organization notes that HIV weakens the immune system, making individuals more susceptible to illnesses such as tuberculosis and certain cancers. Sophia Munn seeks justice after police shooting during arrest. News source Guyana, a family from Sophia is demanding justice after their son, 25-year-old Quincy Morris, was shot in the leg by police during an alleged confrontation. The incident has sparked concerns about police conduct and accountability. According to police reports, Morris was shot while resisting arrest and reportedly pulled a firearm on the arresting officers. However, Morris and his family dispute this account, asserting that he never threatened the officers with a weapon. Morris recounted the events leading to the shooting, explaining that police visited his home following an assault complaint made by his girlfriend. He stated that after officers noticed his motorcycle, they insisted he follow them to the station on it, despite the motorcycle being unrelated to the investigation. When he refused to comply, an officer attempted to seize the motorcycle keys, prompting Morris to resist. He claims it was at this point that the officer drew a firearm and shot him in the leg. "I ended up getting shot and fell to the ground in front of everybody. I blacked out," Morris recalled, emphasizing that he never had a weapon on him. His girlfriend corroborated his account, stating that her intent in contacting the police was simply to seek a warning for Morris after a domestic dispute, asserting that he posed no threat to the officers. The Morris family is seeking justice, expressing concerns that the Guyana police force may be attempting to cover up the circumstances surrounding the shooting. They have reported a lack of communication from the police regarding the investigation into the incident. Charges pending against policemen involved an abduction and robbery investigation. News source Guyana. More than 6 weeks have passed since 2 policemen were identified as suspects in the abduction and robbery of a Providence man, yet charges have yet to be filed against them. This delay follows recommendations for charges from the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP. The Guyana Police Force has stated that it is awaiting technical advice before proceeding with the charges but has not specified what type of advice is being sought. The victim, Kevin Feedku, was targeted while taking his car to a wash bay at Giftland Mall. He reported that 3 men, who identified themselves as police officers, forcibly removed him from his vehicle and placed him in the back of their car. During the ordeal, the armed men drove him around the city, demanding money and threatening his life. In a desperate attempt to appease his abductors, Feedku provided them with directions to his home, claiming he had money saved for his family's trucking business. Once at his residence, he was forced to hand over cash and other valuables. The assailants also removed his surveillance camera recording device, threatening to return the following day. To Feedku's shock, the men did return, this time in an official police vehicle, demanding additional money and valuables. They left after he insisted he had nothing further to give. While the perpetrators dismantled his surveillance system, they were recorded by the security cameras of nearby homes during both visits. Following a positive identification, the 2 policemen were arrested, and a file was submitted to the DPP, who advised charges. However, the officers have not yet been brought before the court. Notably, one of the suspects has been confirmed as a driver for a police commander. The lack of progress in this case has raised concerns about accountability within the police force and the treatment of victims seeking justice. 7 Cubans deported after overstaying in Guyana. Guyana Times. 7 Cuban nationals, comprising 4 women and 3 men, appeared at the Georgetown Magistrates' Courts on Tuesday following their discovery of overstaying their permitted time in Guyana. Acting Chief Magistrate Faith McGusty issued deportation orders for 5 individuals, while allowing 2 others the option to leave voluntarily by December 4, 2024. The individuals, Yamina Rena Stevens, Lourdes Leonard Carabala, Artidas Dominguez Bartista, Yamica Regla Morgan Boza, Jaciel Antonio Rosa Rodriguez, Luis Raul Bango Rodriguez, and Junior Abal Artigas, were assisted by a Spanish interpreter during the proceedings to ensure clear communication. Court records indicated that each individual had entered Guyana legally but failed to exit within the allotted time frame or seek extensions for their stay. For instance, Morgan Boza arrived on February 20, 2024, with permission to remain until March 19, 2024, but overstayed her visit. Similarly, Carabala, Bango Rodriguez, Bartista, and Artigas also did not adhere to the terms of their entry. Stevens and Rosa Rodriguez entered Guyana in 2023 on 1-month visas but overstayed without applying for extensions. During the hearing, their lawyer informed the court that Rosa Rodriguez was willing to purchase tickets for both himself and Stevens to return to Cuba voluntarily. As a result, the magistrate granted them the opportunity to leave on their own accord by December 4, avoiding immediate deportation. The court emphasized the seriousness of overstaying and the breach of immigration laws, granting the Immigration Department the authority to proceed with the deportation of the remaining 5 Cubans. 2 fish vendors charged in connection with Sophia man's murder. Qaeda News. 2 fish vendors, Joshua Prasad, 23, of Vigilance, East Coast Demerara, and Keon Lewis, 28, of South Cummings Park, Georgetown, were remanded to prison on Tuesday after being charged with the murder of Nigel Devon Williams. The charges stem from an incident that occurred on November 23, 2024, at the Stabroek Market Bazaar, where the duo allegedly assaulted Williams with a cutlass and a piece of wood. The confrontation reportedly arose after they accused Williams of stealing $90,000 and a cell phone from one of them. Williams was found dead at his home 3 days after the assault, located at Lot 806 C Field, Sophia, Georgetown. During their court appearance before Acting Chief Magistrate Faith McGusty at the Georgetown Magistrates Court, the accused were read the indictable charge but were not required to plead. According to police statements presented in court, one of the accused had reported missing a cell phone and money at the Stabroek Market and suspected Williams of theft. Upon confronting him, Williams denied the allegations, leading to the violent assault by Prasad and Lewis. Williams was initially treated for his injuries at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, GPHC, and was discharged. However, he was later found dead in his home by his mother. A post-mortem examination revealed that he died from hemorrhagic shock due to multiple incised wounds and blunt trauma to the head and chest. Lewis was represented by an attorney, while Prasad appeared without legal representation. The prosecution requested a 1-month period to seek advice from the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, and both accused are set to return to court on January 8, 2025. Williams lived with his mother, Dorette and LaRose, who recounted finding her son injured at the steps of the Special Constabulary outpost at Stabroek Market. He had mentioned being attacked by someone named Stitchy for allegedly stealing from him. LaRose later found her son unresponsive in his bed and sought emergency medical assistance, but he was pronounced dead. Detectives from the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, processed the scene and noted multiple injuries on various parts of Williams' body. Parents demand accountability from Cerberus security following shooting death of teen. Guyana News. The parents of 18-year-old Jared Jagnandan are calling for justice and accountability from Cerberus Security Incorporated, the private security firm they believe is responsible for their son's tragic death. Jared was shot on March 21, 2024, while working as a marketing, sales, and projects representative at SMK Shaft Auto Sales and Spares in Lusignan, East Coast Demerara. Reports indicate that Jagnandan was shot by a security guard employed by Cerberus Security Incorporated while on duty at the business. Witnesses stated that a loud explosion was heard, and when his employer turned around, Jared was found lying on the ground, severely injured and bleeding. The security guard, identified as 20-year-old Deandrell Semple, has been charged with manslaughter and released on $1 million bail. Jared's parents, Avalon and Reshma Jagnandan, believe that Cerberus Security Incorporated should also face legal consequences for their alleged negligence. In a statement to the press, they expressed, "While we are pleased with this progress regarding charges against the security guard, justice involves holding all parties accountable." The Jagnandans contend that the security firm acted recklessly, negligently, and criminally by allowing an individual who may have been untrained or unlicensed to carry a firearm. They are frustrated by the length of the investigatory process, stating, "It has now been more than 8 months since our son's death. No investigatory process should take so long." They further highlighted breaches of the Private Security Act by the firm and questioned why they must continue to seek justice as if it is a privilege rather than their right. To date, we have not been able to see footage of our son's death, which was captured by CCTV cameras, despite numerous requests from our attorney to the police force, they added. Additionally, the Jagnandans are concerned about whether SMK Shaft Auto Sales and Spares has been adequately investigated for any potential liability in the incident. Has it been determined that they bear no criminal culpability without such investigations? They questioned. The Jagnandans are committed to ensuring that all responsible parties are held accountable and justice is served for their son. Massy Gas Products denies gas bottle explosion at Better Hope home. Guyana News. Massy Gas Products Guyana Limited, MGPGL, has issued a statement denying that an explosion occurred involving a gas bottle at a Better Hope, East Coast Demerara, ECD, residence last week, despite available footage suggesting otherwise. The incident took place on November 29, 2024, at the home of Nicholas Alexander in Noradam, Better Hope. MGPGL stated, "There was no explosion, nor were there any reports of injury to persons or damage to property." According to the company, they were informed of the incident at 10 a.m. and arrived at Alexander's home around 2:35 p.m. During their investigation, Alexander explained that while cooking, her gas cylinder ran out, prompting her to replace it with a new cylinder from MGPGL. Shortly after, she reported observing flames at the cylinder, which she extinguished using a fire extinguisher and water. However, in a conversation with Guyana News, Alexander described experiencing discomfort and bruising on her thigh following the incident. "I looked at the back of my thigh and saw that the area was black and blue. For the past couple of days, I felt discomfort around my thigh and calf," she recounted. In an earlier interview with Guyana News, Alexander detailed the events leading to the fire, stating, "I lit the stove, and then I turned on the oven. It exploded behind me. I thought the fire was all over me." CCTV footage captured the moment the fire erupted, showing a large fireball and Alexander quickly reacting to extinguish the flames while her children sought safety. MGPGL noted that the gas cylinder was located under the kitchen sink, and upon inspection, they found that the hose clip was plastic and slack. The company conducted a soap test, which revealed no leaks in the valve or cylinder. To resolve the situation, MGPGL provided Alexander with a new gas cylinder and replaced fittings with products from a recommended manufacturer. Alexander confirmed that she was satisfied with the outcome. In light of the incident, Massy Gas Products urged all cooking gas users to remain vigilant and adhere to safety guidelines, especially with the holiday season approaching. Consumers are reminded to use only recommended products and conduct leak tests when making regulator connections, the company emphasized. MGPGL also highlighted their recommended products for safe use, including the Cozen-branded LPG Jumbo Regulator and the Coden 2601 gas hose. An upcoming gas awareness and safety campaign was also mentioned to further educate consumers on safe practices. Police seek public assistance in locating wanted individual. The police are seeking assistance from the public in locating Nicholas Wade, who is wanted in connection with a larceny committed by a clerk/servant. Details of the wanted individual. Name: Nicholas Wade. Last known address: Lot 56 Public Road, La Grange, WBD. Offense: larceny by clerk/servant. Date of offense: between November 8 and November 19, 2024. The authorities urge anyone who has information regarding the whereabouts of Nicholas Wade to contact the police at the following numbers: 2250940, 2258196, 2267476, 2252317, 2271149, or visit the nearest police station. Your cooperation is crucial in helping us ensure justice is served.